You are listening to the Self-Trust Solution Podcast with Dawn Leday, episode number 61. Welcome back. Today, I want to talk with you about something that really gets me riled up, and that's self-sabotage. I'm going to challenge this overused label and invite you to see that you don't have a self-sabotage problem at all. So if you think the reason you aren't getting things done and reaching for your goals is self-sabotage, stay tuned and let's change the narrative. I'll share what we miss when we treat the symptom that is self-sabotage, the underlying cause, and what your brilliant brain is really trying to tell you, how reaching for your goals and my proven 3-3-1 approach can both treat the root cause and get you what you want, and 2 perspective shifts you can implement today to create a goal-crushing unified front to success. No matter where you lie in your level of self-trust, there are 5 self-trust secrets you can start practicing to create more goal success. Get your free download today and learn the 5 simple secrets for harnessing self-trust to supercharge your goal success. Say goodbye to self-doubt and confusion and discover the keys to reigniting your passion for your goals. Grab your copy now at theselftrustcoach.com/5 secrets. The reason I get riled up about self-sabotage is that it's sort of like pitting self against self. It suggests that there are parts of you that are against you and your goals. And when we label our choices as self-sabotage, we miss the opportunity to connect with ourselves. We miss an opportunity to create a unified front towards reaching your goals. And it often leads to looking for what's wrong with you. Like, why am I not doing this thing? Why am I sabotaging myself? And the truth is, the answer to what's wrong with you is nothing. So it becomes this fruitless exploration looking for a problem that doesn't exist. Now, are there different decisions you want to make? Sure. Are there different actions you want to take? Probably. But focusing on the narrative of self-sabotage prevents you from learning what your brilliant brain is really trying to tell you. And that is that it's working exactly as it should. Part of your brain is wired to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and conserve energy. It's called the motivational triad. So, of course, it's going to present flags when you try something new, something different, something that might be uncomfortable. In fact, you want it to do that. It's actually a useful part of our brain. What you don't want to do is make it the decision maker. You don't want it to dictate your way forward, but you do want to let it air its concerns. It can be a very useful part of either reminding yourself of your capacity and capability, or it can get you ahead of some potential obstacles in some cases. So like my client, Amy, was adding this new arm to her business. And boy, was her motivational triad speaking loudly. It was saying it would compete with or dilute this other part of her business, that she should stop. It was too uncertain. But instead of dismissing these concerns, we looked at them one by one and discovered 2 things. One, she knows how to deal with uncertainty. In fact, she's pretty masterful at it. And I would offer that many of us are. There's not a lot of certainty in many things, right? And so if you really look, you're pretty good at uncertainty. And then there was also this one small tweak when we explored the idea that it would dilute or compete with this other part of her business. She was able to find this tweak that actually makes the 2 arms build on each other instead of compete. We created this safe space to explore the concerns that she was calling self sabotage and instead found acknowledgement of a capability that she was ignoring and a solution to a valid concern. Win win, right? So it's why my 331 approach to achieving your goals is so effective. It's simple and it treats the root cause behind anything getting in your way, especially if you're blaming self sabotage. And I'm going to give it to you right here. There are only 3 steps it takes to achieve anything: make decisions, follow through, and have your own back. Now, there's some details within those, but really, if you even just start with that, you're golden. And there's only 3 obstacles that get in the way. And no, one of them is not self sabotage. These obstacles are skill gaps, knowledge gaps, and belief gaps. And when these steps are fueled by self trust, the obstacles are easy to identify and overcome. No pitting of self against self, but creating this unified front towards reaching your goals. It's the opposite of self sabotage because it's generous, it's caring, and it's most of all inclusive. So, I want to share 2 perspective shifts that I invite you into today. First, you don't have a self sabotage problem, you have an inner dialogue opportunity, an opportunity to build a relationship with yourself that stands for you and what you want. And it starts with dropping the idea that any part of you isn't with you, that any part of you is not for you. And instead, that there is this loving, sometimes overly concerned part of you that wants to shine a light on potential cautions. So that is the second perspective. See these cautions as yellow flags, as flashing yellow lights instead of stop signs. Consider giving attention to them. Look for any useful input. Look for any opportunities to own capabilities that you have, capacity that you have to do things even when they're scary, even when you're nervous, even when there's some doubt. I'm certain if you look for it, you can find that you have. Give attention to anything that's useful and release the rest, not being dismissive of yourself, but actually answering those concerns. If the concern is, this is going to be hard, then you can tell yourself, oh, I actually know how to do hard things. Okay, that's not really a problem. Or how can I make this easier for myself? Maybe there is some opportunity there. Learning to create an inner dialogue with yourself that is supportive, that is communicative, that is inclusive is one massive way that we can start to end self sabotage and instead create a unified, goal crushing front to success. What will you take away from today's episode? My goal is for you to stop seeing any part of you as adversarial towards you and what you want in reaching for your goals. Treat your seemingly unwanted thoughts as invitations to check in, not stop signs. Look for the wisdom, opportunity to tell yourself more of the story where you might connect to your capacity to act, even when fear, nervousness, or worry present. Create an open, safe space to explore any thought without making it the decision maker or the problem. Focus on moving towards what you want instead of away from what you don't by opening an inner dialogue from a space that you are wholly and completely for you and your goals. Thank you for joining me today on the Self Trust Solution Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a review. This helps me reach new listeners, continue to create content, and brings me so much joy in my mission to serve. Join us next week for episode number 62. Thanks for tuning in and have a trust-filled week. Are you ready to achieve your goals without the pain of doubt, fear, and worry? Join the Self-Trust Lab, where we're re-engineering your self-trust for massive achievement. Don't miss out on this exciting new way to achieve your goals. Your best self is yet to come. Join us at theselftrustcoach.com/the Self-Trust Lab. See you inside.